Welcome back to the third edition of Inside Alabama State Sports, and live in the Hive, Travis Strong, joined by our athletic director, Miss Jennifer Lynn Williams. And Jen, it's that week that needs no explanation. We led into it last week. It's Classic Week. Nothing else needs to be said except for the events going on around the Classic.
Yes, Classic is here. It has come extremely fast and furious, but we're super excited and just looking forward to a good Classic. We kick off our events tomorrow with our press conference at 11:30. It'll be between both teams. Always a really good event to kind of set the tone for the rest of the events, but it's a nonstop, action-packed weekend.
You talk about the Classic Week. Let's get off of football for a second. Classic Week got set early. Alabama State went up, defeated Alabama A&M in volleyball in Huntsville, and then cross country again on the women's side wins yet another cross country championship. That's 14 out of the last 20 for Richie Bean in Alabama State.
Yeah, this week, if it's an indicator of what's to come on Saturday, then we're in a really good place. But our volleyball team, they went into hostile territory. It's always hard playing at A&M in any sport. Volleyball, it's no exception there. And they were able to beat a very good A&M volleyball team in 3 sets. And that just shows that our team is able, despite the record, they're able to play with anyone when they focus in and really just play to their ability. Cross country, we were out there. Terrence Jones, my deputy athletic director, and I, we went to Clinton, Mississippi to support our cross country teams, and both teams had really good showings. Our men are improving. They're continuing to get better. We had a lot of newcomers on our men's cross country squad who actually talked to me after the meet and said that, hey, we're going to get better. We're gonna have that trophy. We're gonna set that standard in cross country like we're now in indoor and outdoor on the men's side. But then our women were able to come in and they ran so well. They ran as a team. They never got frazzled. It was exceptionally warm. This is the warmest cross country meet or championship I participated in, but we were able to beat the rain. And I'm just so proud of the way our team supported each other. The men were cheering for the women to see once they crossed the finish line how our support staff in strength and conditioning and sports medicine was able to go and help our players, the way they responded to everyone. It was just a really magical moment, and they just really believe in Coach Bean and Coach Snap. And they believe in their vision for the program. And it was just really nice to see the seniors talk about what cross country, what running has meant to them, what being a student athlete at Alabama State has meant to them throughout their 4 years.
One of those seniors we had a chance to catch up with this week when they got back from the cross country championships was Ariane.
Yep.
She talked about how the girls came together as one, and they ran with a chip on their shoulder. It's hard to believe that you're running with a chip on your shoulder when you win 2 out of 3 and you go in to win 3 out of 4. But she said they ran with a chip on their shoulder, which allowed 5 of the girls to finish top 20. You got to see her run firsthand. What was watching her run like on the course? I
mean, I've been watching Ariane for the past 3 years, and she's grown both as an athlete but just as a leader. And to see her come in there and pretty much set the pace throughout the season, but to come in and really run such a good race, I think her not getting frazzled because she didn't outright win it, but she was able to pace and keep the other girls around her with Mariah and some of our newcomers, the young lady that transferred in from UCF. They all finished extremely well. And the game plan, I think a lot of people don't think about cross country in terms of having a plan. Everyone was able to stay together. And I think that goes to the races that Coach Bean has put them in throughout the season. We were in some very, very competitive meets that prepared them to be able to dominate at the SWAC championship. And then you're going to always have chatter and noises from other teams. I guess it was some social media banter from some other schools that they were going to take it all. But our team, they let their running do the talking. It was no need to go back and forth. And so to win, I think that was really sweet for them to win that back-to-back championship.
Let's get back to the Magic City Classic. Saturday, 2:30 kick. Parade is at 8. Pre-game starts at 1:30, 2 o'clock inside Legion Field, but a lot of activity is going on around. This is a series that over the last 82 meetings is even. 40 wins each for 2 teams, 2 ties in the other. And it's you kind of those are those stats that kind of just that stick out to you. The two teams have alternated wins over the last 5. Home team has won every year. We're the home team. Not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing, but going into the Magic City Classic with all the other stuff going on around it, all the alumni events, all the functions, the parade, the press conference. Just talk about this week as a whole, just Alabama State, Alabama A&M.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people anytime you have a rivalry game, records go out the door. And this is one of those games where the alumni, the fans, I think they started talking about this game probably 2 weeks ago. Now you're really seeing the social media posts from the alums and the excitement. It's just a really good time, and it's a family atmosphere. There are tons of events for all ages to participate, really kicking off tomorrow. So if you're an Alabama State alum and you're in the Birmingham area, please look. I'm pretty sure they have a calendar of events, and come participate and partake in those festivities. With our team, it's about business. This is another business trip, and we have to come in and take care of business. We did not fare well last year. We're expecting to have better results this year. We want to be 41, not 40. So, it's always good to come out victorious in this game. It just makes the celebrating a lot easier, and it's your rival. You always want to show and have a good showing against your rival, your in-state rival.
Before we talk about something else, for the folks at home, we want you to know that 334-229-4551 will get you information. Our ticket office will be able to get you information. If you're looking for information on the Magic City Classic or tickets from the Magic City Classic, visit magiccityclassic.com. Now let's get back to some other things that are going on. Soccer played at home this weekend, dropped a pair of games to Texas Southern Prairie View. They've still got games with Howard and Alabama A&M coming up, and then in 2 weeks is when you put all the marbles out on the table.
Right.
Conference tournament. We made the semifinals last year, won the 2 previous. Talk about just soccer for a little bit.
Yeah, soccer dropped 2 tough matches this weekend. Both were winnable games. We lost 2-1 to Texas Southern and to Prairie View. It was senior day on Sunday against PV. Our girls, our senior associate AD for internal operations, Ms. Shay Terrell, she just met with soccer today and talked to them about, it's 3 parts to a season. And you have your non-conference, you have your regular season. You want to finish that out strong for seeding purposes, but then you get into your conference championship, and that's a whole nother season. And anything can still happen. We have a really young team. I don't know if people realize that, but our team is extremely young. We had a lot of key losses in some really key positions this year. And, we got hit by the injury bug, but it doesn't mean that we're out of it. Our girls are some fighters. They've won 2 out of the last 4 championships, and, I'm excited for soccer. We are going to be in Houston a lot. So for our Houston alumni who are watching this, soccer would start, I want to say that Thursday, November 6th. 6th or 7th. Then we have football. We'll be there on the 8th against Texas Southern. And then basketball is actually going to be there against Houston on that Tuesday, which I believe would be the 11th or 12th.
Something like that. Just check your calendars.
Check your calendars. Go to BamaStateSports.com. But we're there. Our soccer team will be there for their championship football that Saturday against Texas Southern, and then our men's basketball team will be there against Houston. So the Hornets are going to be, we're going to be buzzing around Houston. It's a lot of things to do for our alums to come out to. We're excited. Soccer, again, is one of my favorite championships. I love them all, but some teams that we don't get to see as much, is really nice to go and participate and watch their championships. And our girls, they're ready. They're going to be ready to play. Playing Howard this week is our last home game on Sunday. It's going to be challenging. They're a good team, but our young ladies are up to the task.
Let's switch it over now and talk about a sport that's really special to you because you played it in college. Basketball starts 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe it's 2 weeks from today. The women will be on the court against South Carolina. The men will be across the country playing Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Both of those games you'll be able to watch and listen on various networks. We'll release those in the next week. But just talk about basketball. Tomorrow is a social media for basketball for the SWAC. So it'll be really Alabama State most of the morning, and then Alabama A&M and the other schools will take over after that. But basketball 2 weeks away from tip. A lot of new faces, a lot of returning faces, and a big day for basketball with three ladies making all conference and 1 making it on the men's side.
Yeah, I'm expecting a really good season for both of our teams. When you look at our women's team, we were very young last year. We were pretty much freshman driven. We started a lot of freshmen and played freshmen. They're now sophomores who've been in the conference. They know what to expect. I watched them practice. They're focused. They're in a better shape when you look at their physique. I didn't feel last year that they were in the best shape coming into the season. This year, I've watched them train from being here in summer school to their preseason training, and then actually going and sitting in on some practices. It's a different level of intensity, and I think with people that starts in the weight room as well as with your nutrition. And so, now our coaches are getting them on the court, and they're even quicker, faster. And so I'm excited about basketball. I was a basketball player, as you alluded to. Shay Terrell also played basketball and is the sport administrator for women's basketball. So it's another good time. It's a busy time because this is when everyone overlaps. But then when you look at the men, a lot of new faces on the men's side, and they're focused. It was hard losing to Texas Southern. They really wanted to advance to that championship game last year, especially with it being in Alabama. And the way we had won at Jackson to close out the year, to win that first round, that was it's always hard to play at Jackson. And so I know what the expectation is on our men's side and our women. We want to be in the championship game. We want to win a SWAC championship in basketball. We talk about our revenue sports and them really, setting that tone, stepping it up a some. And so they've accepted. Last year we had goals, make it to the tournament, make it to the semifinal. Now it's win. We have the ingredients. We've invested. They've been training hard. They were here this summer, everyone. And I'm excited. They just look. Again, when you look at how you walk into the room and your physique, and they're playing together, that's something when you look at, it's not just about X's and O's, it's about chemistry too. And I think both of these teams have really good chemistry. You got Coach Jackson, Frida Jackson, just getting into the SWAC Hall of Fame, gives you something to play for. This just kind of sets the tone going to the year. Now, non-conference is always challenging for us. It is. We won't see our men until January. So if you're in any of those cities, I know we're going to be on the West Coast. We come to Florida. We'll be in Texas. If you're an alum, stop by and see them because it's nice to see a familiar face in the stands. The same with our women. They'll be in South Carolina. We will get to catch them home, I want to say November 9th against Mobile. I want to say they're here. So come out and support. But January is full throttle basketball.
Well, we thank you again for being here. But before we go, let's just give some dates. We do have a date change in soccer. Soccer was supposed to play Howard, originally scheduled for Friday at 1 o'clock. That game's been moved to Sunday at 1 o'clock here at the ASU Soccer Complex. Admission is free. Volleyball is on the road at the SWAC Roundup in Jackson, Mississippi. So if you're at Jackson State, make sure you get there. Magic City Classic kickoffs at 2:30. Pregame starts at 2 o'clock on the Hornet Sports Network. You can watch it on ESPN3. Turn the volume down, listen to the guys on the Hornet Sports Network present that game to you as well. A lot of things going on in Alabama State sports. Jen alluded to the basketball schedules. First women's game is November 9th at home. First men's game at home is not until January 11th, so you're going to have to check out BamaStateSports.com to find out that schedule. Season tickets are on sale for basketball 334-229-4551. Courtside seats are still available as well. You can email Terrence Jones at tjones@alasu.edu. That's tjones@alasu.edu. And don't forget, MagicCityClassic.com. That's where your tickets are going to come from. Ticketmaster is on that link on MagicCityClassic.com. Make sure you check out all the street closings, parade routes, what time the parade is. It'll have all your information. You also check out Bama State Sports later on this week for more information on MagicCityClassic.com. Jennifer, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
Busy week, Magic City Classic. We look forward to spending it with you in Birmingham.
Thank you.
Until next time.